Hey guys, today I'm doing our second poem. Last week or earlier this week, I did the first poem, Die wêreld het so klein geword, and today I'm doing Vraagteken, deur Tanya Hubert. Okay, so by now you know the drill. I'm going to quickly read the Afrikaans version, and then I'm going to read the English version, and then I'm going to discuss the poem with you. Jou naam draai ek uit elke appelstingel, pak dit in spoelklippies op die strand. Ek vinger jou naam op vuil motorvensters, toegewasemde spieëls en oor die palm van my hand. Ek bruil dit in my passerblik, doodel dit in my tuiswerkboek op my tas. Jou naam pen ek oor 'n swart bord, sodat niemand dit ooit weer af kan was. Ek ryg dit regs aan my naam vas en dra dit soos kraaltjies om my nek. Graffiti dit op elke straathoek, soos 'n hond wat sy been lig om te sê, dis my plek. Want jy is al my uithangborde, die screensaver van my brein, die tatoeëermerk oor my hart, en wie weet, dalk nog die TM van my pyn. Miskien het jy my naam al uitgevee, uitgetipex, of dalk versier jy dit met smiley faces en 'n swinkie X. Ek sal verstaan as jy my nog nie kan spel nie, nie eens met leestekens kan vertel nie. Net jammer, jou naam is nog net 'n vraagteken. Okay, English. I twist your name from every apple, pack it in pebbles on the beach. I write your name on dirty car windows, hazy mirrors, and on the palm of my hand. I braille it in my pencil case, doodle it in my homework book, on my school bag. Your name I pen on a blackboard, so that no one can wash it off. I thread it right to my name, and wear it like beads around my neck. Graffiti it on every street corner, like a dog lifting its leg to say, this is my place. Because you are all my notice boards, the screensaver of my brain, the tattoo across my heart, and who knows, maybe the t-shirt of my pain. Maybe you already erased my name, typix it out, or maybe you decorating it with smiley faces, and a kiss X. I will understand if you can't spell me, not even tell me with punctuation marks. It's just sorry that your name is just a question mark. Okay, so this poem is about a teenage girl. Well, we don't know that yet, but it's about a teenage girl that's in love with someone. So, this poem has 6 stanzas. Hy het 6 strofes. Stanza 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 has 4 lines each, and then stanza 6 only has 2 lines. I quickly want to start off asking you to quickly number your lines. 1, 2, 3, 4 for stanza 1, stanza 2, 5, 6, 7, and 8, stanza 3, 9, 10, 11, 12, stanza 4, 13, 14, 15, and 16, stanza 5, 17, 18, 19, and 20, and then stanza 6, 21, and 22. So when I refer to a line, you will know which line it is. Again, this is only part 1, and I'm going to upload a part 2 video that's going to be much shorter, but it's for you to see my notes, and then you are welcome to use it. Stanza 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All 5 those stanzas, of all 5 die strofes, is kwatryne. 'n Kwatrein het slegs 4 reëls per strofe. Dan strofe 6, stanza 6, is a couplet, which has only 2 lines for that strophe. Okay, The title, the question mark, it's only a punctuation mark. Dis net 'n leesteken. It shows the uncertainty and the doubt, die onsekerheid en die twyfel. It is unusual and it immediately grabs your attention. Dit is ongewoon en trek dadelik jou aandag. This whole poem is eerste persoons verteller of 'n ek verteller. Dan strofe 1, 2, 3 en 4, stanza 1 to 4 is broken rhyme, gebroke rym, with a rhyme scheme of A, B, C, B, met die rymskema A, B, C, B. Strofe 5, stanza 5, is paar rym, with the rhyme scheme A, A, B, B. And then in stanza 6, there's no rhyme, because the last line of the poem and the last line of stanza 6 is only a question mark, and there's nothing that rhymes with a question mark. Okay, let me quickly see. The theme of this poem is young love, the longing to love, or the uncertainty about being in love. Jong liefde, verlange na liefde, of die onsekerheid oor en van verlief wees. Okay, I'm going to start with stanza 1. Jou naam draai ek uit elke appelstingel. Okay, so there's this thing, if you are in love, you take an apple and then you turn to take off the appelstingel. To take off that little stick that's sticking out of the apple, you start spelling the alphabet. So if this is my apple and this is my stick, you do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then maybe you get it off, and by then there's a tradition, your lover's name starts with a G. Or maybe if it came off at B or only E or wherever in the alphabet, the tradition is your lover's name starts with that letter. But in this poem, because the title is a question mark, we think that maybe the speaker started with A, ended at Z, or Z, and then carried on and said question mark, and then it only came off. We don't know. Pak dit in spoelklippies op die strand. So also another thing, if you are in love or if you are dating someone and you go to the beach, you will usually write their name in the sand. And then the waves will come, wash it away, and you will start all over again. Maybe take a photo even. But spoelklippies, it's little pebbles, and she used little pebbles to pack the name in the sand on the beach. Is a bit more permanent and can't be washed away that easily, but still it can easily be washed away. Ek vinger jou naam op vuil motorvensters, toegewasemde spieëls en oor die palm van my hand. Okay, so they say here, they use the word finger as a verb. I finger your name on dirty car windows. They could have said, I'm writing your name on dirty car windows, but they didn't. So it means she's using her finger to write on windows, mirrors, and to write on her hand. So here's another interesting fact. When you're in love, not interesting fact, but by now you should know this. When you're in love, you will usually sit with your hand and draw pictures of that person's name while you're in class or wherever you are, and then you will have it there. So your hand is a very sensitive place, and if you write it there, it's with you the whole day. Okay, but the irony here is they say dirty car windows and hazy mirrors, which means the person, the lover, can't see the speaker. So the boy doesn't know the girl is interested in him or is thinking about him because everything is dirty or hazy or whatsoever. So she can't see through it and he can't see her currently. And also it's on her hand, so he doesn't know it. It's not like she's writing it on her forehead or somewhere for him to see it. Not yet. Okay, line 5, stanza 2. Ek bruil dit in my passerblik. Doodle dit in my tuiswerkboek op my tas. Jou naam pen ek oor 'n swart bord sodat niemand dit ooit weer af kan was. I'm doing this stanza as a whole stanza and not line per line like I did stanza 1, because in this stanza we see that she's still in school. A passerblik is your compass pencil case. It's like this big, and yeah, your compass and math stuff is usually in there. She's using her compass to make little holes in it so that she can read it with her finger like braille. Then doodle dit in my tuiswerkboek op my tas. She sits in class, not concentrating, not listening to the teacher, but instead she's doodling somewhere in her book his name or little hearts. She's thinking of him, and then she's writing it on her school bag. Jou naam pen ek oor 'n swart bord sodat niemand dit ooit kan afwas. Dit kan was, sorry. So a swart board. In our school we have the whiteboards with cokies, but a few years ago all the schools had blackboards, and then you use chalk to write on it, and then you wipe it off, and sometimes you even need a wet cloth to clean it. But she used pen and ink to write on the blackboard, which means you can't just quickly erase it. Braille in a compass, pencil or pen case, doodle it in her book and on her school bag, and then on the blackboard is much more permanent than in stanza 1. In stanza 1, it's just the apple or little pebbles on the beach, dirty windows, hazy mirrors, and the palm of her hand. You can wash all of those off. But stanza 2, she's doing a bit more permanent stuff to show whoever that she's in love with this guy. Very interesting fact. I'm saying that a lot, sorry. Okay, but line 1 and line 7 starts with jou naam draai ek uit elke appelstingel. Jou naam pen ek oor 'n swart bord. We call that inversie. So they switched words around to put emphasis on the words jou naam. Instead of saying ek draai jou naam uit elke appelstingel, ek skryf jou naam oor 'n swart bord. They start with jou naam, jou naam. So we call that inversie. Maybe you get a question like that. Okay, stanza 3, line 9 to 12. Ek ryg dit regs aan my naam vas. This is the first time where she says something about herself. She's putting his name right next to her name, and that's usually where a guy's surname will go. So girls, if you get married and you decide to take your new... Sorry about the dog. Girls, if you decide to get married, or when you get married and you decide to take your new husband's surname, it will be directly after your name on the right. And now she's putting her name right next to her name. She's putting his name right next to her name. So that can mean one of two things. Maybe she wants to show the world it's her and this guy, or maybe she's planning in her head on marrying this guy and then she will take his surname. En dra dit soos kralietjies aan my nek. Line 10 is our first comparison. Soos. So remember, I'm going to go back to this one now. But soos, net soos, and nes is comparison words. She's wearing it around her neck. So it's not her arm or her ankle or wherever. It's around her neck so that the world can see it. Okay, let's carry on. Graffiti dit op elke straathoek. Soos 'n hond wat sy been lig om te sê, dis my plek. Graffiti means she is spray painting it on street corners. It's almost vandalism, but not quite. Sometimes graffiti can be legal, sometimes it's illegal. Graffiti is plural, graffito is singular. So she's making a more public announcement. She's spray painting his name all across town so that everyone can see she's in love with him. It's almost like a dog lifting his leg, marking his territory and say, hey, this is my place. Hey, this is my loved one. Or something like that. Our second comparison is in line 12, where it again starts with soos 'n hond wat sy been lig om te sê, dis my plek. Line 13 to 16 stanza 4, want jy is al my uithangborde, die screensaver van my brein, die tatoeëermerk oor my hart, en wie weet, dalk nog die T-hemp van my pyn. Here's metaphors. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 metaphors. She says, you are notice boards, or signboards, or billboards. You are the screensaver in my brain. You are a tattoo mark. You are a t-shirt. So, here again, way more public for the signboards. And again, please note, it's plural, meervoud. So there's more than one board for everyone to see. And then it becomes more personal and more intimate again. The screensaver in my brain, that tattoo over my heart, and maybe, who knows, the t-shirt of my pain. So when she sits in class, she starts daydreaming about this guy. So usually when you leave your computer or your laptop on too long, the screensaver pops up. So while she's not focusing in class, the screensaver pops up in her brain, and that's this guy. The tattoo mark over my heart. The heart is a symbol of love, and a tattoo mark means it's permanent. You can't just wipe it away, wash it away, or anything. It's there forever. And maybe, who knows, the t-shirt of my pain. Here she becomes a bit more realistic. She knows she can get hurt. Again, there's two scenarios here. She knows she can get hurt, and then there's a saying, been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Or maybe she feels that she deserves a t-shirt after her experience and everything she made through or went through. Line 17, in Afrikaans we call it a wending. There's a change in the atmosphere of the poem. Miskien, maybe. You erased my name, uitgetipex. Maybe the guy erased the name, he forgot about her, or he already replaced her. Maybe he's decorating it with smiley faces and a kiss X. Maybe he's just as in love as she is. And maybe, and then I will understand if you can't even spell me. Maybe the guy can't even spell her name yet. Maybe he doesn't know that she's there. He doesn't know about her existence. Nie eens met leestekens kan vertel nie. Maybe it's not right to, just like her, to say it out loud or to tell everyone. Leestekens means she's a modern teenager because she's using punctuation marks. And then the last two lines, it's just sorry, your name is just another question mark. Stanza 6 is the anticlimax, anticlimax. It connects with the title because it's another question mark, and here we realize she doesn't know his name yet. There's no guy that she's interested in. There's no guy she's in love with. It's just a question mark. Dit is 'n onopgeloste vraag. The question mark, like I said, it binds the whole poem as one. That's all for part 1. Please make sure you watch part 2 just for a few extra notes about alliteration, assonance, metaphors, and so on that's in this poem. Thank you guys.